Hello students, in today's video we are going to see the solutions of the miscellaneous exercise on chapter 1, question number 10. Show that A intersection B is equal to A intersection C need not imply that B is equal to C. So we will give some examples and prove A intersection B and A intersection C are equal. So let us take a set A as 0, 1, B as 0, 3, 4. Any set you can take. You can give any example. Now, what is A intersection B? 0. A intersection B is 0. Now, what is A intersection C? I have taken C as 0, 5, 6. What is A intersection C? What is common to A and C? 0. So A intersection C is also 0. That means A intersection B is equal to A intersection C. But what about the set B and C? Are they equal sets? No. You have 0, 3, 4. You have 0, 5, 6 here. 3, 4 are not present in the set C. The set B is not equal to set C. So we can give examples like this, where A intersection B is equal to A intersection C, but B need not be equal to C. We'll move on to the next question. Let A and B be two sets. If A intersection X is equal to B intersection X is equal to empty set, and A union X is equal to B union X, for some set X, we have to prove that A is equal to B. So what is given in this? A intersection X. So A and X are two sets. The intersection is empty. A intersection X and B intersection X are equal to empty sets. That means there is nothing common between the sets A and X. Similarly, B and X. And also it is given A union X is equal to B union X for some X. So these are the two conditions given. Using this, we have to prove that A is equal to B. Now, you can write the set A as A intersection A union X. You can write any set like that. You can write a set B as B intersection B union some other set. If you have B and B here with an intersection here, then the result will be equal to B itself. If you have B like this, then the result will be B itself. I'll give another example. Set C you can write as C intersection C union some other set. Okay, if you have C and C, the final answer will be the set C itself. So you can write the set A as A intersection A union X. Similarly, you can write the set B as B intersection B union some other set. We are taking the set here as X. So let us take that. So this is set A. We can write set A as A intersection A union X. Okay. See, A intersection A union X. You know that when you take the intersection, the superset, this is, see, when you take intersection of two sets, the subset, the small set will be the intersection. See, when you have a subset and a superset, when you take the intersection, the answer will be the subset A. Okay, suppose we have a set A as 1, 2 and B as 1, 2, 3. So you know that A is a subset of B. When you take the intersection, you get the subset A as the answer. You won't get the superset. If you take union, then you get B as the answer. So A intersection A union X, the answer will be A, because this is the superset. This is the A union X is the superset, A is the subset. So when you take the intersection, you get the answer A. That's why we have written A as A intersection A union X. We replace A union X by B union X. Why? Because it is given in the question A union X is equal to B union X. So A union X is replaced by B union X. Now we know the distributive property. What is the distributive property? Suppose A into B plus C. What is A into B plus C? A into B plus, you put the plus sign in the middle, A into C. This is the distributive property of multiplication over addition. Same thing here, distributive property of intersection over union. So you get A intersection B, the union, that sign will come in the middle, A intersection X. The same thing here, plus in the middle, A into B plus A into C. So A intersection B union A intersection X. But again it is given A intersection X is equal to empty set. A intersection X is equal to empty set. So substitute A intersection X as empty set. Now A intersection B union empty set. So once again, when you find the union of these two sets, you get A intersection B as the answer. A intersection B union empty set, nothing. So A intersection B is the answer. So we got A is equal to A intersection B. Let that be the equation 1. Now the same way we can write now B as B intersection B union X. So B is a small set, is a subset, and B union X is a superset because B is a subset of B union X. B is a subset of B union X. So when you take the intersection, you will get the subset as the answer. You won't get the superset. You get the superset when you take the union. So B intersection B union X is equal to B. B union X, you have to replace it by A union X because that is given in the question. B union X is equal to A union X. So use the distributive property here. B intersection A union B intersection X. And it is also given B intersection X is equal to empty set. That is given in the question. So B intersection A union empty set. When you find the union of B intersection A with an empty set, the answer will be B intersection A. You can write B intersection A as A intersection B. Both will be equal. B intersection A is equal to A intersection B because intersection of sets is commutative. So you got B is A intersection B. Already we got A is equal to A intersection B. That means A is equal to B. Isn't it? A intersection B is equal to A. And we are saying A intersection B is also equal to B. That means A is equal to B. Now we'll move on to the next question. Question number 12. Find the sets A, B and C such that A intersection B, B intersection C and A intersection C are non-empty sets and A intersection B intersection C is an empty set. We have to give examples for sets such that A intersection B is not an empty set. B intersection C is not empty. A intersection C is also not an empty set, but A intersection B intersection C is an empty set. So you can give any example. So I have given A as 1, 2, 3, 4. B as, because it should not be empty. A intersection B should not be empty. So I'm just writing one number here. 1. If I write 1, then A intersection B will not be empty set. So I just wrote 1 here. So 5. The other elements you can write anything. Now B and C should not be empty. So B is 1, 5, 6. I make sure one of these elements is there. So don't write 1 here because you have to give an example where A intersection B intersection C is empty. So if you put 1 here, A intersection B intersection C is 1. 1 is common everywhere. So don't write 1 here. Some other number, you have 1, 5, 6. So I have written 6 as a common element. So B is 1, 5, 6. I have written C as 4, 6. 6 is common. So A intersection B is 1. It's not an empty set. B intersection C is 6. Is again not an empty set. A and C, if you take, what is common in A and C? 4 is common, isn't it? 4 is common in A and C. So that is also not an empty set. So we have given an example where A intersection B, B intersection C and A intersection C are not empty sets. At the same time, the A intersection B intersection C is empty. There's nothing common between all the three sets. If you take these two, one is common, but one is not here. If you take these two sets, 6 is common, but 6 is not there in A. So A intersection B intersection C is an empty set. Okay. Now we move on to the next question. Question number 13. In a survey of 600 students in a school, 150 students were found to be taking tea. In a survey of 600. So 600 students took part in a survey. 150 take tea, 225 take coffee, and 100 were taking both tea and coffee. Find how many were taking neither tea nor coffee. So let us take U be the set of students who took part in the survey. U means the universal set. The number of students who took tea. How many students? 150. So how many students took coffee? 225. 100 took both tea and coffee. So intersection, both. You should know in set language these words. If it is both, then it is intersection. Okay, the word both means intersection. So both, so intersection is 100. Now, what did they ask you to find? Neither tea nor coffee. Either tea or coffee means it is A union B. When they ask you either tea or, then it is A union B. But here neither tea, neither or nor means A union B dash. That's what they ask you to find. So for that, we have to first find A union B. What is A union B? What is N of T union C? You have learned as a formula. N of A union B is N of A plus N of B minus N of A intersection B. So N of T union C will be N of T plus N of C minus N of T intersection C. What is N of T? 150. What is N of C? 225. What is N of T intersection C? 100. So 150 plus 225, that is equal to 375 minus 100. That is equal to 275. That is N of T union C is 275. But the question is neither or nor. That means the survey, we took the survey of 600 students. That is a universal set. So the universal set total is 6 equal to 600. So how many are left out? So 275 are drinking either tea or coffee. They are in this. How many are left out? See, just look at the Venn diagram. How do you represent this in a Venn diagram? So just draw two intersecting circles and a rectangular box, that is the universal set. This is how you should draw the Venn diagram. So first outside you draw one rectangular box, that is the universal set. Then you draw two intersecting circles. Start with intersection, that is both. How many take both tea and coffee? 100. So write 100 in the middle. The intersection you have to write 100. This is how you should start. Write 100 in the intersection. So 100. How many were taking tea? 150. So this T is this full circle. This full circle is 150. You already written 100. What is left? 50. That is 150 minus 100. You should write it here. So how did you get this 50? It is 150 minus 100. This is how you should represent this in a Venn diagram. So 50 you should write here. Now come to coffee. How many take coffee? 225. How many take both? 100. So you have already written 100. So this is the circle for coffee. Already you wrote 100. So how many more? 225 minus 100, that is equal to 125. You have to write it here. 125 take only coffee. 100 take both coffee and tea. This is only coffee. This is only tea. So how many take only tea? 50. How many take only coffee? 125. How many take both? 100. How many take either or, either coffee or tea or both? You have to add, this is a union. 50 plus 100 plus 125, that is equal to 275. 100 plus 125, 225 plus 50, 275 take either tea or coffee. How many of them, how many students were taking neither tea nor coffee? From the total 600, you have to subtract this A union B. So what is A union B? What is this A union B? We got it as 275. So from 600, if you subtract 275, we get 325. 325 you should write outside this circle. Okay. So 325 represent the students who are taking neither tea nor coffee. So how do you find that? It is nothing but from the total universal set, you have to subtract. From the universal set, you have to subtract this n of t union c. So 600 minus 275, 325 take neither tea nor coffee. Thank you.